Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Dortmund career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Today is going to be a little bit difficult to look at the games that lie ahead because it's pre-season. We are in the Invitational Cup. At the moment, we can see we've got a game against Lyon, we've got a game against Suwon, and we've got a game against Inter Milan. Now, you guys know that I only ever play 2 games normally in an episode, and I simulate the other one. With pre-season, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. The way we're going to try and play in this Invitational Cup is we're going to simulate the game against Lyon and hope that we get a win. Simulate the game against Suwon, and fingers crossed we get the win. Then, if we win both of those games, we can afford to simulate the Inter Milan game because we'll be guaranteed to get through. As long as we win both of those games, we can simulate the Inter Milan game, and whether we win, draw, or lose, we should get through. Then in today's episode, we can play the semi-finals and also hopefully the finals. Now, if that doesn't go to plan, and let's say we lose against Lyon, but then we beat Suwon in the simulated game, we will then have to play the Inter Milan game, which means we can then only play the semi-finals or the finals, which of course, I'll play the semi-finals because I feel like putting the controller in my hands rather than the hands of the EA gods in the semi-finals gives us that little bit more chance of getting to the final, and then if we simulate it and we lose, well, we lose. If we win, then happy days, we chose right. But it's going to be very difficult, guys, to squash all this into today's episode. So I'm going to try and go as quick as I can. There's a lot we need to cover, so I'm going to spread that out over the next couple of episodes. Now, talking of episodes, you guys haven't seen this for around a week. If I just pop up my calendar, I can tell you, you've seen it on the 4th of November. Then you were meant to see a video on the 6th of November, which was the Wednesday. Unfortunately, I was planning all day for the 24-hour live stream, which then happened on the 8th, Friday the 8th of November. It was absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to say again, thank you so much to everyone that donated. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Thank you to everyone that came and played Call of Duty, FIFA. Thank you so much. We had a great time playing pro clubs with you guys. If you did miss out, don't worry. There'll be plenty more streams in the future. I may well be doing a video based around the 24-hour live stream because, without going into too much detail, guys, I feel like I let you down a little bit. I feel like I let myself down because the target I set myself of £5,000, well, I was miles away, and I felt a little bit disappointed in myself because I wanted to raise as much as we could, and we didn't get anywhere near the first target that I'd set for doing a challenge. So I was a little bit gutted. It did kind of hit home a little bit. I may well do a video if you'd like to see that. Let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be talking about what we did, what I thought went well, what went wrong, what was tough, what was easy, and so on from there, guys. Now, before we get into today's episode as well, and this is why I'm saying there's so much to do, with the first episode coming out last week, so obviously you didn't see a video on Wednesday or Friday because I was doing the live stream. Then on Monday, you guys should have seen this video, but I didn't get a chance to record it, and I wouldn't have had a chance to record it and edit it in time. So you're now seeing this hopefully on Wednesday the 13th of November. If you are, then happy days. But because the first episode came out last week, the comment section was mad. So many different new subscribers coming to the channel, so many different comments, so many different thoughts and opinions on what you think we should do with this new series. So that's exactly what we're going to jump into. Now, as it stands right now, as I record this video, there's 120 views on the video and 9 likes. So what I want to say first of all is thank you so much for so many views. Thank you so much for all the likes, guys. I know a lot of you might think, Brad, 120 views is not a lot. To me, it is, guys, and the fact I'm grinding these videos out and working hard, and 120 of you guys sit down to watch my content, that is absolutely unbelievable. So thank you so very much. And we've got a comment coming first from Chris Dudas Helms. Apologies if I did pronounce your name wrong, but we'll just call him Chris for now on. And it says, just found this channel. So far, so good. Thumbs up. So he's a new subscriber. I am a hardcore Dortmund fan, and I would say you don't need a new centre-back, as Bellardi is a very highly rated prospect who you should train up, which we will look at doing in today's episode. Same with Mori. However, a new right-back may be needed. In the case of a right-back, I would recommend Lucas Klosterman, which, to be honest, has come up twice in this comment section. And as for a striker, I would buy back Alexandra Isaac. If not, try and get Luca Waldschmidt, if that's how you pronounce it, or Erling Haaland. Both have been linked in real life to Dortmund. Also, don't buy any players for more than 40 mil, as it's pretty unrealistic, and Dortmund don't buy big players. Well, that's a great comment coming in from Chris, so thank you so much for your comment, Chris. What I would say is, for the realistic and unrealistic guys, we haven't chose how this series is going to go. It can be unrealistic. It can also be realistic, because we've already took a load of money. We've already had a load of money pumped in, an extra 100 million with a financial takeover. So we've got the funds to make it unrealistic if we want to. If you guys would rather see it kept realistic, then let me know down below. But what I will say to Chris is, he mentioned 3 or 4 players there in regards to we don't really need a centre-back, which I then talked with him a little bit. I won't go into our comments, but he maybe thought that the original centre-back Bellardi is good, but he's not high enough rated for me, so I don't know if we need to improve there. But it's great to see your guys' opinions, and we can go back and forth and discuss what we think. But he mentioned 3 or 4 players there in Alexander Isaac, Lucas Klosterman, Luca Waldschmidt, Erling Haaland. Apologies if I've ruined any names, guys. I am trying my best to pronounce them. But these will be added in not this episode, either episode 3 or episode 4, because today I just want to focus on pre-season. That's going to take up a big chunk of today's episode. So if I start doing transfers and buying and selling players, it's going to be very difficult. Another thing that's about to come up in just a moment's time is fan objectives, which we'll touch on next. We've had a comment here. Apologies if I do pronounce any of your names wrong, guys. I am trying my best. Shri Hari, fan objective suggestion. Make Mario Götze great again. Now, in the first episode, I was calling him Mario Götze, and you guys have pointed it out. It should be Götze. So I will make sure I pronounce it Mario Götze. I'll have to drill that into my head. And the fan objective should be score 10 goals and get 10 assists within a season. Hashtag fan objectives. Well, Shri Hari, you're the only one right now to leave a fan objective. Now, we'll be touching on the fan objectives, and the episode will be called Fan Objectives, either the 4th or 5th episode into this Dortmund career mode. So what I need you guys to do is use the hashtag fan objectives and give me some more ideas. Shri Hari, yours will be a fan objective because you were first, and because I think it's a great thing, it's a great objective. That's going to be on the list. You also, though, guys, and Shri Hari, you might be able to go back on your comment and edit it to do this. Don't only give me a fan objective, give me a punishment. So give me an idea of what I could do if I didn't achieve it. Then I have a little bit of a better idea of what we can do if I don't get there. Comment in from JSHD. Brad, I wouldn't normally say this to you because you're a legend, but I was slightly offended at the beginning. Now, I asked him away from YouTube what this was, and it's because at the start of the first episode, I said, hello and welcome back, audience, in German, and then said, if you haven't worked that out, that it's a Dortmund career mode, you need to go to Specsavers. And what I meant by that, guys, is obviously the title had Dortmund in it, the thumbnail had the Dortmund badge, you had me, Sancho, and also Hummels in the thumbnail. If you hadn't worked it out, it was just a saying. It's like the advert for Specsavers. Like, he walks into a Sainsbury's or a supermarket and he thinks he's at the dentist, and it says, should have went to Specsavers. Jack, JSHD, I never mean to harm anyone, okay? It's just a saying. It's what happens on the advert. So if you were offended, I apologise, but you shouldn't be. This channel is about having jokes, having fun. It was not meant to come across in a harmful way, but if you took it that way, I can only apologise. We've got a comment here from Bobby Plays. Looking forward to the new series. So am I, Bobby. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one. Kuru the Creator saying this series is going to be epic. I 100% agree. Kuru the Creator with another comment saying, for the striker position, I think you should stay with Paco Alcácer as your main striker, and then in Season 2, go for Lewandowski. If you want some backup options for Season 1, look at Maylen, the 20-year-old, 78 overall, a lot of pace, good finishing, and he can also play left wing. Jonathan David, 19-year-old, 75 overall, good finishing, strong player, can also play centre forward and cam. And the final pick for him would be to go with Maylen. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Maylen. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. It's more realistic, and he's a wonderful super sub as well. Yes, I think if we don't buy a big striker this year, we definitely need a backup to Paco Alcácer. So I think Maylen and Jonathan David could be good options. They will certainly be added to the transfer list, and we can look at that in up-and-coming episodes. Comment here from Thomas Gibbons saying, keep up the good work. Up the Yellow Submarines. Thank you very much, Thomas. I will do. Jason Clark, so many names killed in this. Laughing my bum off. Great video then. Yeah, a lot of the names I will absolutely ridicule, guys, and I apologise. I'm not German. I don't know how certain players are pronounced when you listen to them on TV. Different commentators will pronounce it differently. It's unfortunately just one of those things. Comment in from Zing. Nice video. Keep up the good work. I will do, Zing. Niall Connery saying, pulling out the German. Haha, looking good. I did pull out the German. Thought it'd be something a little bit different for you guys to enjoy. Bandit asking why the Arsenal logo was on the suit. Unfortunately, with the suit, it just defaults. So it defaulted me to Arsenal for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why. Kura the Creative, another comment saying to improve your team right back is the position to go for without a doubt. My suggestions are Mounier, 27-year-old, 85 overall, experienced player. He'll do nothing but improve the defence. He can also play right mid, but it is kind of unrealistic. The other one is Klosterman, which was mentioned a little bit earlier on by Chris. So 2 people now have mentioned this Klosterman, 23-year-old, 79 overall, young player, will grow. Can also play right wing and left back, knows the league very well. So he thinks the Klosterman should be a target. So thank you very much for that. Trev left a comment saying he's done his donation. Trev, thank you so much for donating to the cause. Random dude with a yay, and that's because he's very excited for this brand new series. And final comment coming in from Trev, get Lewandowski, Brad. Well, thank you so much for all those comments, guys. We eventually got there. I'm hoping it didn't take up too much time at the start of today's episode, but as for transfers, yeah, I can't afford to do them in this episode. Fan objective as well. Keep letting me know some fan objectives. Use the hashtag fan objective down below in the comment section and let me know some idea. We're certainly going to use that Mario Götze one because I think that's a great one. 10 goals, 10 assists in a season. I like the idea of that. But you guys at home, drop some more comments down below with some challenges that we can do with players. Maybe it's something I need to achieve. Maybe it's something a certain player needs to achieve. Maybe it's about the goalkeeper keeping clean sheets. Let me know some fan objectives and we'll cover that in either episode 3 or episode 4. I've got to work out, guys, whether I want to do an episode just on playing games and doing fan objectives or playing games and doing transfers. For me personally on transfers, I'm obviously going to add some players to my shortlist to see how we get on. I'm going to add all the players that you guys have mentioned. If you want to mention any more players in this episode, definitely do it because this will probably be the last episode and the last chance you can mention a striker, a left back, a right back. Now, what I will do, guys, is I'll put on screen for you actually. I asked you in the first episode, the straw poll will still be down below in the comment section, and it's what positions do you think need improving at Dortmund? It's multiple choice. There's been a total of 24 votes. Currently winning on 7 votes is striker. Second place is a right back with 6 votes. Third place is centre back with 5 votes. We've then got joint 4th, CDM/CM and goalkeeper down in 4th position. And then the 5th one is cam and left back with 1 vote. Left mid and right mid don't currently have a vote. And I understand why, because there's plenty of players that can play in left mid and right mid in this Dortmund team. But striker, right back and centre back are the current positions that are winning the straw poll. I'll just put it on screen. You can still vote, guys. I'll put it down below in the description and comment section because we'll be looking over it in either episode 3 or episode 4, and that's when we'll stop voting on the straw poll and start getting into transfers. Personally, for me, striker, right back and centre back, they're the positions that I thought mainly needed improving. But enough talk on straw polls, transfers, fan objectives. I told you guys, leave transfers down below, leave fan objectives down below, go and vote on the straw poll. You guys know what to do. Now, it's all about the pre-season, and we're finishing this pre-season in one episode. I've just noticed there as well, we are in Group F in the Champions League with Barcelona, Inter Milan and Slavia Prague. Now, the good thing about this is we've got Inter Milan in our Invitational Cup, so if we do end up playing Inter Milan, it'd be exciting to see how we get on against them. But up first, we do have Olympic Lyon for our first game. We're going to be simulating this one because I'm hopeful we simulate it and win. We simulate Suwon Samsung and win. It means we can simulate Inter Milan and hopefully get the win. And then we can focus on playing the semi-finals and the finals of the Invitational Cup. Now, this is the starting lineup that we will be going out with. I think this is probably, unless we sign a big striker. Now, for me, I'd like to look at bringing back maybe Robert Lewandowski, maybe like your Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, bring back an ex-Dortmund player like they brought back Hummels in real life. Maybe we could look at doing that in Season 2 and we stick with Paco Alceso and bringing it back up. I'm not too sure, but that's where you and me will discuss it and we'll get the idea. At the end of the day, the vote is going to come down to you guys. When it comes to buying a striker, you guys will be voting on a straw poll, so you will get the last say. But we're going with Paco Alceso up top in the striker position. We've got Marco Reus in behind in the central attacking midfield. We've then got Hazard, Delaney, Witzel and Sancho in the midfield. Schultz, Hummels, Akanji and Piszczek at the back with Berkey between the sticks. That was strange. I'm used to saying the Liverpool one. I'm used to saying the Southampton one. That one was a little bit different. But for the first game in this Dortmund career mode, it's against Olympic Lyon, which is not an easy team, and it is going to be simulated. So let's get these players warmed up. Do we get the win? We draw 1-1. We draw 1-1. So from what we can see, Renaud Adelaide scored in the 50th minute for Lyon. Roy scored a penalty in the 76th. And then Jason Denayer picked up an injury for Lyon in the 85th minute. I won't go through each line there, guys. Talking about Goethe coming on for Paco Alceso. You guys can see the highlights there. I don't want to drag this episode out more than it needs to be. So a 1-1. Okay, we get a point. We're really now going to have to get into this game up next against Suwon Samsung. And we need the win. If we don't get the win there, we're going to be in a little bit of a sticky situation. So let's straight away advance one day. We can just go ahead and delete all these. We're not looking to loan or sell players in today's episode. The team is not going to be fit, but I'm going to hope that we can do a job over Suwon. I mean, it's not a team that really should be challenging us. Let's advance. Players warming up. Please get me the W. Please, we do. We win 4-0. And wow, Paco Alceso picks up a hat-trick. Well done. Sancho picking up the first goal in the 7th minute. And then we have Paco Alceso scoring in the 31st, the 67th, and the 70th minute to secure his hat-trick. We do go on to beat them 4-0. Very, very happy with that result. Now, we'll need to see what happened with Lyon and Inter Milan. Now, we are in a position now, a bit of a sticky one. So let's just advance one more day, and we'll take a little look at how the standings are. We'll delete this. Now, obviously, when it comes to transfers, guys, off camera, I'm going to add all the players or remove them from the transfer list as such, so no teams can go in for players that I don't want to sell. Now, I was hoping Inter Milan and Lyon would draw because it would put us in a situation to guarantee going through. We're in a situation now where if we lose to Inter Milan, Lyon have got a chance of catching us. They have, because they're on 1 point. They get 3 points. They will move up the table. Now, we have got a great goal difference right now, and I'm pretty sure that's what it goes down to. So, Lyon have got -2. We've got a goal difference of 4. So, unless Lyon beat Suwon 6-0, or sorry, it depends how many Inter Milan score against us. Let's say they score 2. Lyon would have to score 4 goals to catch us, to match us, 5 goals to beat us. So, I think we're in a pretty good position now to simulate this game against Inter Milan and then play the semi-finals and the finals. The problem is the team is not going to be fully fit. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to change the team around, try and put out the best team that I can. We're going to simulate this final game against Inter Milan, hopefully get a draw or a win out of it, guarantee us a place in the semi-finals. We can play the semi-finals, then we can play the finals, and hopefully win our first piece of silverware in today's episode. Right, and a little change up to the team. Hopefully still strong enough to do a job over Inter Milan. We've got Mario Goethe up top in the striker position. Just behind him, Marco Reus in the central attack and midfield. We then got Guerrera, Delaney, Vigal and Brandt in the midfield. Hakimi, Zagadou, Akanji and Piszczek at the back with Berkey between the sticks. I'm hoping, as long as we get a draw here, we've started off very, very well. They beat Suwon 2-0. They beat Lyon 3-1. What is the score going to be? Players warming up. Do we get the W? Yes, we do. We beat them 2-1. I panicked and I seen the little ambulance with the plus sign. I thought one of our players had potentially picked up an injury. The only bad thing to come out of that is, first of all, Marco Reus misses a penalty in just the 2nd minute, so they caused a foul very early on. Julian Brandt then scored in the 39th minute for us. Brozovic made it 1-1 right before half-time in the 44th minute for Inter Milan. Julian Brandt then scored a minute after coming out of half-time in the 46th minute. Sanchez, that is Manchester United's loanee, Alexis Sanchez picks up an injury in the 63rd minute and had to go off straight away. But regardless, we got the W over Inter Milan. We beat them 2-1, which means now we can happily and comfortably play the semi-finals and play the finals of the Invitational Cup, hopefully win pre-season and bag ourselves our first piece of silverware. Honestly, this green screen drives me mental. I've just glimpsed over and noticed that the green screen had fell. I have no idea how long it's been like that for. So I can only apologise, guys. I do try and keep it, but you can see here, like, if it just rolls a slight bit, the background comes in. I do try and keep an eye on it, but it's an absolute pain in my bum. But a great start to today's episode. 3 games in, and we've done pretty well. We've got ourselves into the semi-finals where we're about to face off against a Premier League team in Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City. The other 2 semi-finalists, surprisingly, are Barcelona and Inter Milan. Now, if we got to the final and we're playing against Inter Milan, I'd be very happy with that because we've got them in our group stage. But we also have Barcelona. So either one of those teams in the final of the Invitational Cup will be spot on because we're going to have to play them in the Champions League, and it'll give us an idea, first of all, of how they play, where their strong points are, where their weak points are, because I'm pretty sure in the final of pre-season, Both teams are going to be putting out the strongest team they possibly can. But up next, we have Leicester City. We've got to get past Leicester City first. We've got to get the W over them before we can focus on the final. You can see there is a few players in Guerrero, Royce, Zagadou, Hummels, Hakimi and Delaney that aren't fully fit 100%, as I like the players to be, as well as Paco Alcácer. Actually, he's not fully fit. Unfortunately, because the games are literally a day or two away from each other, you just haven't got the chance to get the team back to full fitness. But I'm hoping it's still going to be able to do a decent job against Leicester City. We're going with Paco Alcácer up top in the striker position. Behind him, we've got Marco Reus in the central attack and midfield. Guerrero, Delaney, Witsel and Sancho in the midfield. Schultz, Hummels, Zagadou and Hakimi at the back, with Berkey between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Leicester City. I'm excited for it. It's our first game playing and controlling this Dortmund team. Hopefully we can get the win and hopefully do it in style. Well, we are here and we are here to take over. Excited to be in the semi-finals. I'm glad we got the win over Inter Milan. We beat them 2-1. They did still manage to get through in second position. So it means obviously Lyon mustn't have got enough points and wouldn't have caught us. Whether they got a draw, whether they got a win and it went on goal difference, I'm not too sure. But there is our captain for today, Marco Reus. He will be captaining the team for most of this first season. Maybe in second season we will look at changing it, but for me, Marco Reus is the man to wear the captain's arm, and Paco Alcácer is the man to get us kicked off in this first half period. Let's get it underway, and let's see if we can do over Leicester. Sancho going to drop the shoulder and play it in now to Hakimi. We'll go inside to Paco Alcácer and back out to Hakimi. Beautiful running behind here from Hakimi. Nice little dig in, looking for Paco Alcácer to put over the bar from the Leicester defender. Ricardo Pereira, ball into Marco Reus, play it down, nicely done. Then on the outside, Guerrero in behind now, beautiful. Going to slide it in, looking for Sancho. There we go, 1-0. Schmeichel should have come for it, he didn't, and it's cost them. Beautiful, beautiful goal from Sancho. Great celebration as he runs off to celebrate with his teammates. He's the first one to physically score for this Dortmund team when we actually play. The first goal scorer. Beautiful. Schmeichel should have come out and grabbed that one. He doesn't. And we go 1-0 up against Leicester City. Marco Reus playing it off now to Guerrero. Going to play it through there to Paco Alcácer. Going to hit this first time. Paco Alcácer to follow up again. It's cleared out from Amati. It was nearly 2-0 there. We've still got a corner though. Got wide now to Thomas. Plays it on the outside to Ricardo Pereira. Ricardo Pereira with a great ball in. That's terrible, and Jamie Vardy was there. Terrible, terrible defending. Hummels committed and moved out of position. Zagadou didn't come and get Jamie Vardy. And it was an easy run in and a tap in for Jamie Vardy. Look at this. Ball in from Ricardo Pereira. Beautiful ball in. Hummels was already committed going towards, I do believe that's Thomas. And Zagadou wasn't tight enough to Jamie Vardy. He gets ahead of him and just slots that past Berkey. It's 1-1. We're back on level terms. Go to Sancho. Sancho going to drop the shoulder and then lay it out wide now to Hakimi. Referee was still on the attack there. The referee's having none of it. He's going to say enough is enough. He's blown for the half-time whistle. We're going in level terms 1-1 right now. Barcelona versus Inter Milan is also 0-0 at half-time, so they're on drawing terms. I think I'm very happy with how the lads are playing right now. You've got to remember, I've got to get used to this Dortmund team and how they play. But I think we started off very well, and if we continue with what we've done in the first half, I think we might just clinch this win once again. Don't let him put that ball around. Well done. He's unfortunately got the ball around there now to James Maddison. We're going to have to pull him across. Get rid of that. Nicely done, Hakimi. Nicely done. Just cleared that straight out. I was just pressing B in, hoping that if it come to us, we were just going to get rid of it. Here's Jamie Vardy. Vardy putting a ball in. Nicely done. Let's deal with it. Great ball. No, terrible, terrible ball in the end. Berkey going to throw this out now to Torgan Hazard into Witsel. Witsel loses the ball to Ben Chilwell. That's a problem. Vardy trying to get in behind now. Here's Mark Albrighton coming forward. Nicely done. Play it out. Referee. Vardy is offside. I thought it was more the fact that it was a foul. Vardy going off there and being replaced by Jose Perez. Into Mario Götze. Götze going to play it around now to Paco Alcácer. Going to lay this off to Mario Götze, who's coming forward. Mario Götze through on goal. Going to get a shot off. Drags it wide of goal. That was a dreadful shot from Mario Götze. Absolutely dreadful. Pulled it far too wide of goal with a minute to go. I'm thinking this is going the long distance here. Here's the Hood. Through to Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt looking to move forward. The referee's going to blow his full-time whistle. It's going to penalties. Well, as if this episode couldn't have any more drama in it. In the semi-finals against Leicester, Go into penalties. We didn't do too great. 3 shots, 2 on target. Leicester had 3 shots, 3 on target. They had a little bit more possession, but it was our first game in control of Borussia Dortmund, and I think we played very, very well. Talking Hazard to step up first. Come on, Hazard. Come on, just like your brother. Slot these home. Slot it home. Oh, Schmeichel saves. Unbelievable. Maddison. Puts it wide. There we go. Okay, so it's still level terms. Mario Goethe. Let's put this in the bottom right. Mario Goethe. Save again from Schmeichel. Unbelievable. Perez. Goes right and sends the keeper the wrong way. Witsel. Come on, Witsel. Bury this one, son. Witsel. Yes, finally. Schmeichel went the right way there. We did get a little bit lucky. Thomas stepping up. Oh, great penalty there from Thomas. Sent me the wrong way. Come on. Paco Alcésar. Looking to bury this. Paco. Oh, it's saved. We don't save this one and we're out. Piera. Yes, we saved it. Come on, we've got to score this now. Matt Hummels of all players. Matt Hummels. No pressure here, Hummels. No pressure. Hit it. Yes. We're back in this now. We've got to save this penalty. We have to save it. Mark Albrighton. Oh, he's buried it. Great penalty. Great penalty. Fair play, Mark Albrighton. All the pressure in the world on his shoulders. And he steps up and sends the keeper the wrong way. Well, that is our pre-season journey over. You can see there, look at the highlights. A Jadon Sancho goal, a Jamie Vardy goal, and a miss from Mario Goethe. Not a very eventful game whatsoever. Hopefully, we will start upping our game in the Bundesliga. At the end of the day, I think it was our first game in control. I've got to get used to the players, got to get used to the tactics, just like I did when I first took on Liverpool. So it's going to be a little bit of a tough start for us, guys. I would say probably on paper it deserved to end the draw, and then it goes down to penalties, and unfortunately Leicester City beat us 3-2. We put up a great fight. Unfortunately, the fight just wasn't enough. Well, it looks like today's episode is not going to be as long as I initially thought. Unfortunately, we do crash out of the Invitational Cup, the pre-season, in the semi-finals. I think for the first 3 games, we've done very well to simulate them and get the results we definitely deserved, because we've got a fabulous team. I'm very excited to see what we can do with Dortmund over the next 2 seasons. You guys know that we're running the Liverpool career mode for 2 seasons, and we're running the Dortmund career mode for 2 seasons. So I'm very excited to see what we can do in the Bundesliga. I've never done a career mode in the Bundesliga before, so I am very, very excited to see what happens. Now, as usual, guys, at the end of the episodes, we'll always look at what's coming up in the next episode, and that means what games are going to be in the next episode. And we've got a big one. We have FC Bayern Munich, supposedly the kings of the Bundesliga, but not now MassiveBrad's in the Bundesliga. They are not the kings anymore. We will be crowned kings. But we face off against them in the Super Cup. Now, to explain this, I've done a little bit of research, because I thought, the Super Cup, isn't that normally the winners of the Europa League and the Champions League? And that's the UEFA Super Cup. In Germany, they have something called the Super Cup, which, to kind of explain to you guys and make it a little bit easier for you to understand, in England, we have the FA Cup and we have the Carabao Cup. In Germany, there's no Carabao Cup, but we do have an FA Cup. I'm trying to think of what it's called now. It's called something like the DAL or the BAL or something like that. Can't remember exactly what it's called, guys, but I'll remember it for the next episode. Anyway, let's just pretend like it's English. So we've got the Bundesliga, which is the Premier League. We have the FA Cup, and we have the German version of the FA Cup. Now, also in England, we have something called the FA Community Shield. And what the Community Shield is the winners of the FA Cup play the winners of the Premier League. In Germany, they have something called the Super Cup, which is the winners of their FA Cup as such play the winners of the Bundesliga. Now, in 2019 or 2018/19, the winners of the Bundesliga was Bayern Munich, and the winners of their FA Cup was also Bayern Munich. So what happens, just like in the Premier League, is it then goes to second position in the league. which were Dortmund. So that's why we're playing Bayern Munich in the Super Cup. Their Super Cup is basically the Charity Shield. It's the winners of their League Cup as such, their FA Cup, and also the League. Now, they won both of them. Now, in real life, Liverpool played Man City in the Community Shield, and that's because City won the League, and they also won the FA Cup. So it went to second place, which last season was, of course, Liverpool. So that's what the Super Cup is, guys. Don't get it confused with the UEFA Super Cup. The German Super Cup is basically the English Charity Shield. Couldn't get my words out then, sorry, guys. So because we come second in the league, in the Bundesliga, we played the winners of their FA Cup, which of course was Bayern Munich. They won the league and also their cup, so that's why we're playing them. We then face off against Augsburg for our first game in the Bundesliga, and then FC Cologne. So very, very excited for those games. They're going to be the 3 games in the next episode. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research of how good some of these teams are, where they normally finish in the league, because we'll certainly be playing the game against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup, because we've got another chance of winning another piece of silverware. Unfortunately, today's episode, we didn't quite get there. We dropped out a little bit earlier than I would have liked, but we still put up a great fight. And unfortunately, when it comes to penalties, it's 50-50. You either score or you don't. And unfortunately, we missed a few. We will be doing penalties in practice, that's for sure. So we're definitely playing that game. And then it's between Augsburg and Cologne. I'll have to see who's doing better in real life, who's got the better players. I think, from my experience, it's Cologne. So we'd play Bayern Munich, simulate Augsburg, and then play the game against Cologne in the very next episode. Now, I'm not sure, guys, whether the next episode is going to be revolving at fan objectives. If it is, make sure you drop comments down below, because if you guys don't give me any fan objectives and also forfeits if I don't complete that fan objective, then I'm going to have to make all the fan objectives up. But I'd rather you guys get involved and feel like you're part of this career mode. But we may not do that in the next episode. We could be looking at transfers, which again, if you want me to bring in a right back or a striker or a centre back, drop a comment down below with a player that you think would suit Dortmund, realistic or unrealistic. It doesn't matter too much, because when you look at our transfer budget, 178 million to spend euros and a wage budget of 341,000 euros. So we've got plenty of money in the bank to be spending if we want to spend it, depending if you guys want to take me down the path of an unrealistic or a realistic Dortmund career mode. But I am very excited to what lies ahead at Dortmund. I'm very excited to see what it's going to be like playing in the Bundesliga, playing football in Germany, because I've always done Premier League. I think I've done a French one back in the day. I think I've done Monaco. So I'm excited for the first time ever to be in the Bundesliga, taking on a team that do look to always be the silverware team, the second team, second best. They never seem to be that top tier first team. That seems to always be Bayern Munich. But we're here now. We're ready to take over. And I am very excited for what this season and series has in store for us. So like I said, guys, make sure you drop your fan objectives down below. Make sure you drop transfers down below. And I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.